Hey, what's up, guys? Back with another episode of the What the Real podcast. I'm your host, Darnell. There's no Brittany today, so we're going to be doing this another solo episode of the podcast. So, guys, make sure you follow us on all those podcast apps out there. You got them. We're on there. Make sure you follow us. Make sure you rate us 5 stars. That's 5 stars. Make sure you do that. Make sure you email us, podcastwhatthereal@gmail.com. Go ahead and email us, leave us any suggestions, any comments, anything like that. We'll definitely answer those back to you. So make sure you check us out on YouTube. We're going to be having our own YouTube channel coming up. So we should have it by the time you listen to this episode, hopefully. Make sure you follow that. Make sure you subscribe. You like all the videos and do all that. So what are we doing on this episode? So I think we're going to talk about my most anticipated horror movies of 2025. It's a new year and it's a whole nother fresh new horror movie is going to be coming out. And I was doing a little research what's coming out this year. Got a little list going on and some good stuff. It could be a good year for horror movies. I just say that. So let's see what we got. The first one, there is a movie coming out very soon. I believe it's sometime in January, late January, I believe. It's called Companion, starring Jack Quaid, Sophie Thatcher. The tagline is "A new kind of love story" from the creators of Barbarian, which I love that movie. Barbarian was really great horror movie, definitely underrated. Not a lot of people seen it, but man, you had to watch that thing because that was really good. Holy crap. Definitely did a reaction to that on the other Cinema Critics YouTube channel, so go ahead and check that out there. So I was watching the trailer. It looks very interesting. Jack Quaid obviously is the villain in this. We see him killing people, and there's a really cool scene where he's at the table. And, Sophie Thatcher's character had her arm out and she's like paralyzed, I guess. He puts a candle under her hand and her whole arm catches on fire. So that was really cool. I think ever since just watched Heretic with Hugh Grant, which just killed it as a villain. So I think we're starting to see all these like actors like, all right, you know what, I want to play a villain now, so it looks like we're starting to see that now. So we see Jack Quaid doing it as well, so it's very interesting. It looks really good. The trailer looks really interesting. Like obviously he's in love with her possibly, and there's maybe she's with a group of people and he ended up killing all those people and then kidnapping her. I'm not sure, but they didn't really explain too much. Me, I don't really want to deep dive into these movies and know all about it. But, give me a nice trailer. Let me see. Okay, I'm interested. Definitely want to check that out. So we have another movie, I believe it's coming out sometime in February. It's called Heart Eyes. Watch the trailer. It's definitely one of those like gimmicky, character villains. But what's interesting, so you see like this guy with this mask. The eyes are like hearts and they're glowing and he's killing people. But I actually watched that Red Band trailer and it's interesting. It looks like it's going to be like a dark comedy slasher movie. Pretty much just a quick, like, I guess the killer is going after like couples, romantic couples near Valentine's Day. And the trailer, like, it was a quick Red Band teaser trailer. And pretty much all it was, he was just killing this couple and the other couple was watching him do it. And it was kind of cool how he did. He stabbed the guy in the mouth with a sword. And it had the handle sticking out. And then he grabbed the girl and then opened her mouth and, like, stabbed her with the actual handle that she was connected to the other guy. So, very interesting. And then they showed, like, the hole. And you can see the couple from the hole. Yeah. So it's interesting. Now, if it's going to have some crazy gory kills like that, then I'm all for it. I love gore. I love gore kills. I love stuff like that. So if they're making it like a dark comedy where the killer is being very like have some really like I would say very original kills, very gory, not too much. I want some practical effects though. I don't want no CG. Now that one kill was a little bit CG, more CG than practical, but you know, as long as it's original, I think we could. I'll be good with that. Next up, we have The Gorge. Comes out in February. It stars Anna Taylor-Joy, Miles Teller, Sigourney Weaver. So a good cast, and I think it's coming out on like Apple Plus or something like that. But it's like a horror action romantic movie. It's about like these two snipers, and they have like time off. They're like some really good like military snipers, and they both get time off. And you know, one of them is like they get sent to like some tower, and they're like, all right, well, you know, you're working this tower. There's another tower on the opposite side, and you're protecting the gorge. And you see Miles Teller's character like, you know, we're protecting the gorge, you know, from people to get inside. And he was like, no, you're protecting what's inside to get out. And supposedly it's like some gateway to hell, and like there's monsters inside, and like he and Anya Taylor-Joy's character, they can't you know, they can't communicate, and then they started communicating. I guess they fall in love, and then I guess they want to go visit, and then we see Miles Teller character actually falls inside the gorge, and I guess she goes after him, and it's very interesting. Like stuff like that is like, oh man, what is this? I'm like, I just want to know what these monsters about. Like, how do we get to some point in the world where there's a gorge that it's like a gateway to hell, and how do we know about it, and how do you think just two random people are going to protect the monsters and stuff from getting out? So definitely interesting. Hopefully it's more like more horror and action than the romantic part, but definitely seemed like it was very very romantic. Half the trailer is them just like flirting with each other, so possibly it'd be good. I like the premise, so hopefully it's good. The next movie is called The Monkey. It's another one coming out in February. This is based on a Stephen King short. Now, just by looking at the poster, you think it's just another gimmick horror movie, but this is definitely interesting. I think they need to change up that poster, because just by looking at the poster, you think it's a gimmick horror movie. Not gonna watch it. Some cheap old low, you know, low budget horror movie that you're not gonna watch. It's stupid and goofy and all that. But definitely is very interesting. It's gonna have the same director who directed Longlegs. I think they wrote it as well, so that's really cool. Cool. Like I said, it's based on a short story by Stephen King, and it's about like this monkey toy that like a wind up monkey toy that has the symbols and they're hitting all that, and supposedly it's like cursed or something like that. And if you have like the I guess the friends or brothers who had it, pretty much people who pretty much like if you play it or turn it on or something like that, or if it's just you're in the area, pretty much you're getting killed, like some random death, almost like Final Destination type deaths, which is interesting. And like it's definitely gory, definitely like it's a dark comedy as well. So I think they're gonna have a little fun with it and a little fun with the deaths. We see one where the girl's about to get electrocuted by jumping in the pool. We see one where the girl gets her neck cut open by like the dude doing hibachi with the knives and stuff. So definitely interesting. Definitely we're getting a lot of Final Destination type stuff. But it's about a cursed monkey toy. So it's very interesting. Like what they're going to do with that. It seems like it could be fun. It seems like a good movie. It seems like not a lot of people will see it, but I think if you see it, you're like, oh man, it's probably pretty good. So definitely have high hopes for this one. The next movie, it's called Sinners, coming out in March. Ryan Coogler, freaking Michael B. Jordan. So you know those two are already, you know, does some good stuff. Black Panther, Creed. Very interesting. So the trailer is like it's based off in the 40s, and it's like him, and like he's in like some bar or something like that. Some like I forgot what they call them, but it's like like in those bars that they're just like at a barn or something like that. And like it seems like it's zombies or demons or something, like they're all outside. of the bar trying to get in, and like everyone's inside is trying to protect the inside so they can't get in. And it's very interesting. Like the trailer really gets you like pumped up to see it, but doesn't really explain anything at all. So you're just guessing, like you don't know what it's about. But it seemed like maybe Michael B. Jordan had a twin in the trailer, or maybe it's about almost like Us, where there's two different versions of yourself. Maybe it's that. But yeah, definitely interesting. We see a really cool seeing him with a Tommy gun shooting it. So he's definitely killing zombies or demons or something with that Tommy gun. But it's definitely interesting. Like, it definitely feels like a Jordan Peele type movie. And, it's good that we get some black horror movies that are done well, so I'm definitely going to check this out. Definitely going to see it in the theaters. I'll definitely review it. Yeah, this is definitely I want to go and see. I feel like they'll probably have another trailer out by then, right before, but I probably won't watch that trailer. I want to be like coming in blind, not knowing what it's about. All right, so this next one is definitely interesting. It's called Clown in a Cornfield. And it's kind of a funny story about this because I bought this book for my daughter not too long ago. And, because she's big into horror movies. And, she got to read books for school and all that stuff. And I'm really trying to get her into reading more. So I'm trying to find books that'll be good for her. Keep her interested in reading. Because, if you're reading like some random book that you don't like it, like you're not going to read it. So she's into horror. So I'm trying to find her some good like teenage horror books for her. And I seen this one. I thought it was really good. Got a good, ratings, all like that, like a teen slasher type thing about a like clown in some town, like guy dressed up as a clown, I guess, killing people, killing teens and stuff. So I was like, oh, okay, get her to read this book. She didn't read it, but then I told her like, oh, look, there's a movie coming out for it, and now she's pumped. And I told her like, hey, I'll go take you to see this movie, but you got to read the book first. So she's gonna read the book. I'm gonna read the book myself as well. So, we can talk about it and compare and contrast with the book and the movie. So I'm pretty hyped for this. And and I looked actually who's gonna be directing this, Eli Craig, so the same guy who directed Tucker Dale versus Evil. So very interesting. Hopefully, they maybe it's gonna have a little bit of comedy into it as well. So definitely pick the right director if they're gonna have comedy with these. This horror movie. But yeah, I'm super pumped. I'm super pumped for this. I'm not sure when it comes out. I don't know if it has a date or not, but I am pumped for this, and I'll definitely keep you updated when I finish the book. Hopefully, should be soon. I'm still trying to finish this one book I'm at, but once I finish that, I'm gonna read this one. So the next movie I'm super pumped about is 28 Years Later. Oh man, I watched the trailer. Definitely super pumped. Same director. Cillian Murphy's back in it. They showed like a little clip of him as a zombie. We don't know if he's like just a zombie in the movie or it was like a teaser that they just added that for the trailer. I'm not sure, but definitely interesting. So the trailer is showing like first we waited weeks was later, and then now we're at years, and it's showing like how they're surviving, and how they have rules. And then it seems like, I don't know, it's definitely feels like something is up. Like, watch the trailer and it feels like there's more than just, the zombies. It feels like maybe a mutation with the zombies or something like that. Or I don't know. I definitely felt like they kept on showing the zombie, but they only showed like this one tall zombie with like a beard. So I don't know if you guys caught that by watching the trailer, but definitely look at that trailer again. You'll see that guy a couple times. So I'm not sure if it feels like it could be a mutation, but there was a really cool scene with like this like tower of skulls. So I'm like, what's that? Is that man-made, or are these when you're, this mutation of that virus? Oh, I forgot what it was called, but Rage or something. I think it was called Rage, but a mutation of this virus where messing people up to maybe organize, maybe. I don't know. It's definitely interesting. But it definitely looks gritty like the original, and I'm super pumped. I'm super pumped because it's like one of the best freaking zombie movies. 28 Days Later is so good. Definitely gonna go see it in theaters. So stand by for that review because definitely gonna do that. All right, so the next few movies I have on this list are a little bit further out, so we don't have as much details for them. There's no trailer for them yet, so we're just gonna probably like go through them really quick. Just give you a quick thing about them. But so the next movie is Return to Silent Hill. Really enjoy the original, the first movie. I thought it was really good. The director, I remember watching like an interview of the director, and like he was a fan of the games. And that's why it was so good. Like it definitely had that vision of Silent Hill. It was definitely, for me, I think it's like one of the best video game movies, because it's just done so well. And it's really like, if you play the game, you watch the movie, you really felt like it kept to the source material, even like using camera angles and stuff like that. Thought it was really good. And so the same director is going to be making this new one. They had a sequel, and it was horrible. It was so bad. It was so bad. And so now we're back with another Silent Hill, but the original director, like I said. And what's really cool is that the director said that it's actually going to be following more closely to the plot in Silent Hill 2. So that's going to be very cool. This is going to be just like the game. The plot is awesome. Plus, Silent Hill 2 is like one of the best horror games out there. And so I'm super pumped for this. The next one is actually untitled, but there's going to be another I Know What You Did Last Summer movies. This is not like, I added this on the list because I think it's just buzz, and I think I won't go see it. I mean, maybe I'll watch it on streaming or something, but it's whatever. It's like, this will get people like there's nostalgia up and all that stuff. People go see it because, nostalgia. But, I wasn't a big fan of the series. But I did watch the first one, but it's whatever. And the next movie is The Conjuring: The Last Rites. Now this movie is going to be a direct sequel of The Conjuring: The Devil Made Me Do It, which I have not watched yet. So, I have to watch that very soon. It's on my list to watch. I was going to do a reaction to it because I actually did a reaction to Conjuring 2 with my wife. She hasn't seen that, so that's up on the YouTube channel and the Cinema Critics channel if you want to watch that. But yeah, so I will see that. I don't know if I'm going to do a reaction to it, but I definitely have to see The Devil Made Me Do It first before we watch the Conjuring Last Rites. It seems like this might be the last Conjuring movie. So hopefully it's good. I don't know if I heard any like news or like any like if The Devil Made Me Do It was any good or not. I'm not sure if it's actually good. I didn't hear any buzz from it when it first came out. So we'll see. Hopefully this one will be good. And the last movie on my list is Predator: Badlands. Now I don't know anything about this. It's coming out in like November. But what's cool about this, like Prey came out, I thought that was actually good. I enjoyed that. There might have been another Predator movie after Prey, but this movie is going to be directed by Dan Trachtenberg. Yeah, Dan Trachtenberg. So I'm a big fan of him. I think he's a really good director. So hopefully this will be good. I was a big fan of Dan Trachtenberg when he was on YouTube before he even got into directing. So I was a big fan of him. So he's pretty cool dude. So I'm super pumped for that. Hopefully this is going to be good because he's a good director. So, but that's going to be some ways away. Hopefully there's a good trailer for that comes out. But, sometimes like series just have to die. Like how many Predator movies that we have? How many Saw movies? I think there's a Saw movie coming out as well. Like it's just sometimes let series die, just stop milking it, get something new, sometimes you're just tired of it. But, yeah, so that is my list. There's a few other horror movies out there, but this is the one I'm actually looking forward to. Guys, let me know any movies that did make my list or I just might have missed, because there's a lot of stuff coming out. So I might have missed it. Just let me know. Let me know in the comments below. Make sure you what you're excited about, especially when it comes to horror movies this year. Let me know, and definitely will check those out. Anything I didn't see, then I'll definitely check it out. So, guys, thank you for listening. Like I said, make sure you follow us, make sure you email us, make sure you check us out on our new YouTube channel. So make sure you go ahead and like and subscribe to that. So, guys, we'll catch you on the next episode of the What the Real podcast. Peace out.